What if the paradise we know as Florida hides more than just its sunny beaches and bustling cities? Today, we're diving deep into the lesser-known stories of Florida, from its ancient past to its modern-day marvels. We'll explore how this diverse state became what it is today, culturally vibrant, economically significant, and socially complex. Stick around to uncover hidden truths, from financial transformations to the social fabric that ties Floridians together. 1. What ancient civilization first inhabited Florida? Was Florida always a land of sun and fun? Before European explorers set foot on its shores, Florida was home to indigenous civilizations like the Calusa and Timucua. These people lived in harmony with nature for thousands of years, utilizing the state's rich coastal resources and swampy landscapes. What artifacts and traditions did they leave behind that still influence Florida today? 2. How did Florida become a battleground for European powers? Why did so many nations fight for control over Florida? Spanish explorers, led by Juan Ponce de Leon, claimed Florida in 1513, but it wasn't just the Spanish who were interested. The French and British also vied for control of this strategic land. The fight for dominance left a significant mark on Florida's development. Its cities and its diverse population, which still reflects these old rivalries. 3. How did the Seminole Wars shape Florida's identity? What was the real story behind Florida's most famous conflicts? The Seminole Wars, fought between the U.S. government and the Seminole tribe, were some of the longest and costliest conflicts in American history. Florida's swamps became battlefields. Today, the Seminole legacy is preserved in cultural centers. But what does it reveal about Florida's resilience? 4. What role did slavery play in Florida's early economy? Did Florida share the South's dark history with slavery? Though Florida was still a frontier during the height of plantation agriculture, it was no stranger to the brutal system of slavery. Large plantations in northern Florida played a crucial role in cotton and sugar production. The remnants of this past still affect Florida's social structure and race relations today. 5. How did tourism transform Florida's finances? When did Florida become the ultimate tourist destination? By the early 20th century, Florida's economy began to shift. Warm weather and a growing transportation network turned the state into a haven for tourists. The 1920s. Florida land boom created fortunes and financial disasters. Today, tourism remains the backbone of Florida's economy. But how did this transformation change the state forever? 6. What natural disasters have devastated Florida? How do hurricanes shape the state's future? Florida's geographical position makes it vulnerable to hurricanes and other natural disasters. These catastrophic events have not only caused immense damage but also influenced how cities like Miami and Tampa are built and how Floridians prepare for future challenges. How does Florida's resilience to natural disasters define its modern-day spirit? 7. How did the Cuban migration change Florida's social society? Why is Florida a melting pot of Latin cultures? From the 1960s onward, Cuban refugees transformed Miami into a Latin American cultural hub. Today, Florida is home to a diverse range of immigrant communities. How has this influx shaped the state's social fabric, its politics, and its economy? 8. What role does agriculture play in Florida's economy? What keeps Florida growing behind the scenes? Florida's rich soil and warm climate make it one of the largest producers of citrus fruits. 8. What role does agriculture play in Florida's economy? What keeps Florida growing behind the scenes? Florida's rich soil and warm climate make it one of the largest producers of citrus fruits, tomatoes, and sugar in the U.S. agriculture, while often overshadowed by tourism, remains a vital part of Florida's financial landscape. How does this industry continue to support Florida's growth and job market? 9. How did NASA and the space race impact Florida? What does Florida have to do with space exploration? The Space Coast, centered around Cape Canaveral, became the launch pad for America's space exploration ambitions in the 1960s. NASA brought high-tech jobs and international fame to Florida. What lasting effects did the space race leave on the state's economy and global reputation? 10. What are the modern financial strengths and challenges in Florida? Is Florida's economy built to last? Today, Florida's economy is booming, supported by tourism, real estate, and agriculture. However, rising sea levels and income inequality pose threats to its future. What will it take to sustain Florida's financial success while addressing these looming challenges? From ancient civilizations to modern-day financial challenges, Florida's story is as complex as it is fascinating. We've only scratched the surface of this state's rich history and vibrant culture. Whether it's the legacy of the Seminole Wars, the impact of hurricanes, or the influence of NASA, Florida continues to shape itself into a place where the past and future meet. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to The Con Factory today.